Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beyond Life Paranormal Podcast. I'm your host, Russell Reynolds, here with my co-host, my dad tonight. We got a good show tonight. We got a guest on with us tonight. Before we get into the show, we're going to plug an event real quick. Come see us at Mortuary Manor in Toledo, Ohio on Mother's Day. Get your tickets through Eclipse Paranormal on Eventbrite. There's general admission tickets that'll get you the main access to go at your own pace. VIP tickets will get you to come with my dad and I, family of the Warrens, and investigate with us, especially if you're new to the paranormal field. You'll be able to learn from us and see what we do in the paranormal field. If your mom's new to paranormal investigation, here's a perfect opportunity to get her a ticket for Mother's Day. Our next event we're going to be at is West Kentucky Paranormal Expo in September. We do have some other Paracons. We don't have flyers for them yet, but we will soon. So come on out and check us out. We're one of the guest speakers out there along with Outlaw Paranormal. Aaron G. Thompson is the headliner out there this year from 28 Days Haunted. And come on out, check it out, and come talk to us. Come talk to the great guys, Outlaw Paranormal, Teps Investigates, Jen Jacobs. A whole bunch of us will be there. We will have merch there also to sell. So be sure to come check that out. Without further ado, we're going to introduce our guest tonight. He hosts his own podcast every Wednesday night called The King's Court on YouTube, Facebook. He's Comedy Vets. He's a Marine veteran, and he does stand-up comedy to help veterans with PTSD and different great causes. And he's here tonight with us because he took a trip to Oregon and got to investigate a haunted brothel. He got to check it out, and he's got some pictures he's going to share with us. And I have seen these pictures before, and they do have some stuff in them. So without further ado, we're not going to keep him backstage much longer, and we're going to bring him on. Richie King, The King's Court.
See you, my brother. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
All right. I'm happier than a fat man in a buffet line to be here tonight.
There you go.
Pretty happy, too.
So tell my viewers about yourself. And
all right. I'll be glad to. I'm Richie King, comedian Richie King, bad man of comedy. Some call me, some know me as Redneck Pimp, Redneck Pimp 101 on TikTok. That's the story I'm going to tell you now. It's kind of ironic. You got a pimp and a brothel. Okay, and it was I'll tell you all about the activity we had going on and things. I've been a stand-up comedian most of my life. I'm a contractor, build high-end homes and things like that. Happily married to a beautiful woman, and I say that because she's right in there, so I don't want my ass whipped, so I better say it. But no, I'm just kidding. She's a great woman. Got 4 kids, 12 grandkids, and just I love life. I travel over the United States, put on comedy shows, raise money for 22 a day. That's how many veterans in this country commit suicide in this country. But the pandemic's going up there. Now some numbers are saying up to 45 a day. So we're really trying to knock that down. We're trying the best we can, host a show. Been podcasting for almost 10 years. I was started out on a Veterans Radio Syndicate over there. Then went to start my own network, W Entertainment, which was a branch off from the Georgia Veteran Outdoors. Warrior Outdoors, and then I took it over to W Entertainment, and then we lost our charter on that, so I opened up the King's Court. So here I am on King's Court podcast, just making people laugh. All the judges in the area are happy that I'm making people laugh. Okay, no more crapping in cop cars and things like that. They said that's bad behavior, but well, I appreciate it. At Air Force, we got a genius in the house, because I'm a Marine. You know what Marine means, don't you? Muscles are required, intelligence not expected. That's what Marines are. If it absolutely has to be tore up, as Doc Holliday say, I'm your Huckleberry. And I do clean comedy. I do adult comedy. I do music imagine comedy, and I do about 37 different voices and impressions. And so I'm just here to talk about an experience I had. I'm now understand. I'm kind of a skeptic and kind of not. Okay, I got Native American blood of Cherokee, Quapaw, Blackfoot, and Pawnee in my ancestry, and sometimes I can't explain the things I feel, but I can sense evil. I've always been able to do that when something's not right, be able to sense it. Um, and met Russell. Oh, it's been some time now. We've been friends together. And he actually came out. Him and his dad came out to my house and did an investigation. My wife and my daughters and I had a debate. Let's use that word there. And so they came out, and so far I think I'm winning the debate. But he hadn't got all the numbers into me yet, all the actual information. But yeah, that's about it. That's all. Oh, I was an MMA fighter for a long time, and I was a light heavyweight champion. I was number one contender to heavyweight crown, number one contender to super heavyweight crown. So there you go. If I meet you, we'll bring some crayons. Listen. I like red crayons. Okay, I don't. The yellow ones upset my stomach, but red ones are pretty good.
So let's talk about your experience at this haunted brothel.
Okay, all right. Now these are actual photos off the website themselves. We'll get to some of mine. I sent him here in just a second. But I went out there to do some things with some veterans out there, be on a podcast show back with Veterans Media with the gentleman out there, JW, and he's the guy that kind of runs my podcast show, with his StreamYard. And we walked in this brothel. When we first walked in there, they told me all about the place, right? I had no background on it. And they said that, people think it's haunted. And they said, it's a whorehouse. This ought to be fun having a pimp and a horse, because redneck pimp was what they was calling me at the time. And so I first went in there, and I was like, man, there's nothing here. We went upstairs, and they had some silhouette drawn on the floor of a dead body. That was a joke, but they had that drawer there. And these guys are all nervous and everything. So I kicked them all out and walked through there again. And I had my Native American hat on, and I have a feather hooked to the back of it. Absolutely no wind. Okay. I came back downstairs, and they're standing there. I looked around a minute. My feather was moving. It started moving. Okay. And it just kept flickering. Again, no wind outside. I'm thinking, boys, I was wrong. There is something here. And I got the sense that there was 6 of us in there. They were okay with me because they can communicate, they thought. I guess what they thought. The other guys were okay, but the one main guy, they didn't like him, and he couldn't breathe. And it felt like he's being choked. And he looked like one of the guys that was vandalizing the place, I guess. And so whatever was in there was pissed off at him. And so the feather kept moving. And when he stepped out, the feather, it just moved a little, like it wasn't angry. And I was able to sense a few things in there. And so we all laughed about it, and it came out. And as I walked out, I took a photo of the outside of the building. I don't know if you got the one that I sent you, my photos.
No, that one you didn't send me. I only got this one.
All right, well, hang on a minute then, because I sent it to you on your deal. Okay, can you see that? Oh, wait a minute, I got to share it to you now. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me come back. I got to share them. This is wild. I can do this on your computer. Okay. All right. As I came out, I took this photo and I blew it up for you. That's where that motorcycle on that last one was showing right there. If you look right there down close to that screen, and we didn't know this until we got back. We went to base camp that night, and this is what we saw. If you look at the bottom of that screen, I'm not going to tell you what I think you've seen. What I see is, it looks like it's either a little boy or something with pointy ears, pointy head, kind of sitting there with his hand over his face, his head kind of bowed. Now, understand, there's no windows in this house. This is the Blue Ridge. It's called the Blue Ridge Mine in Oregon, or you call it the Four Horsemen Hotel and Brothel. And here's some of the photos upstairs on it. It was the Ochoco Mountains near Pineville, Arkansas. It's an old cinnabar mine. Okay. And there's some of the photos upstairs. There's a picture. There's a motorcycle picture. And this is the hallway right here. As I was standing in here, I was facing this hallway. That photo, you got the door and then you got the picture was taken, was something right here. Looks like it's sitting on the windowsill or right here. That's the outside of the picture. And there's nothing in there. There's just nothing. No windows or anything. And I took out this photo right here. Okay. And a matter of fact, the guy that right there is one of the guys that was a witness. The guy I was talking about right there. His name's JW. He's the founder of Backwoods Veterans Media. He was the guy that felt like he was being choked in there, and yeah, and he means Pineville. There you go, Pineville, Oregon. So that's the photos that I had to show, and then if you go back and look, these are some of the photos that's on the updated photos, I guess. Whoops, I don't want that. What the hell is this about? There. Wow. Modern technology. Okay. So that's what I had, and that's the story behind it. And J-Dub right there will tell you, he felt like he was being choked, and it wasn't pleasant for some of them. And then we went to Cinnabar Mine on up around the corner there, and I could see where they're mining, all the mining and with the mining camp, and it was this field. And I got my feathers started moving again on my hat in this field. And I felt a lot of sorrow there. And come to find out there was a fight between the white settlers and the Indian and the local Indian tribe. Mm-hmm. And so I can't tell you, I don't have any research if that was a burial there, an Indian burial ground, or if it's a white burial ground or whatever. But that's just what I felt there. And that's about the story, guys. But the pictures, but if you put that one picture back up there, I sent to you guys. You can see they're in your chat if you want to download them. So, but I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Right there, I sent some photos to your chat. You can download them. You can go on your chat and pull them up.
Then we have the hallway one.
The hallway one, and then if you go on up a little more, should be some more. Yeah, keep going. You'll see the one I sent. The one.
And I've got that one.
Keep going.
Let's see.
Scroll on up the ones I sent you originally. Should be the back location. Some say they can see some more in the. You do too. You've seen some faces and stuff in that one. A couple of pictures. Now this picture, we've sent them off. I've had different paranormal investigators take a look at that. One of them, a guy I really do respect. There's only a couple respect you and a couple other ones. Right here. That's the photo right there. I sent that picture in the one where the little boy in the window was, and it came back at several different people I trust told me that they seen other images besides the one I seen. And I didn't tell them what I seen. They described a little boy or a demon, what they called it, little boy or a demon. That jury's still out on what that was, but you can see it. And then it's supposed to be some more through here now. I don't know about you. I sent that to you. You and your dad evaluated it.
Yeah.
Look, the bottom right window right there was where that boy was taken on the opposite view, on the opposite side there. So as you see, there's no glass in these windows. There's nothing. There'll be no reason for a reflection.
Yeah. So it's hard to even debunk it. I mean, what are you feeling from it, Dad?
They're here.
And like I said, I'm not a paranormal guy. Some of them I think I've had a lot of people I've been involved with doing it, and some of them are completely full of crap. And you know me, you talk to me about it. Some people scratch themselves and say they got scratched, and they trip on their own, say they were pushed, stuff like that. And when you guys came to my house, you guys didn't fabricate anything, and your whole goal was to let it happen. If it was going to happen, it was happening.
Yeah.
There's J-Dub. He was telling you about that was a surreal, chilling experience. I had to get out. Once I did, the feeling of being attacked lifted almost right away. As soon as he crossed that threshold of the door, he was feeling so much better. That's indeed a fact. But he'll tell you there was no wind in there, and my feather on my hat was moving. Because at first I told him there ain't nothing in here. You guys are crazy. And again, like I said, I'm not a paranormal person. I don't know what I believe, what I don't believe. All I know is I got this photo and these two pictures I sent you originally, the two original pictures. I have no idea. There's some things in life you just can't explain. But that's the picture right there down. You guys can feel free to blow that picture up if you want to, and you'll be able to tell what you think. This is not the one I sent you. Mine don't have a car in the back here, but
Yeah, that's the one you sent me last weekend.
Yeah, this one here I sent you this morning. Because I cropped this one here off the regular website now. Yeah, see, I cropped that. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, see, there's nothing there. The one motorcycle, there's nothing there. This one off there, and the one I sent you last weekend, you can blow it up and see right there in this little window there. And if you put up J-Dub's comment here, he said we went back about a month later. Yeah, right here. Him and his fiance went back a month later, and getting up strong and dark attachment from the place, and it took a couple of months to get rid of whatever it was that was affecting her.
Okay.
And this day she needed a strong need to go back. She has a strong
my dad sees one in this picture in the door.
And then up the other window.
Well, this
and
is
at the end.
Upstairs window on the end.
Okay. Well, this is taken off the website. I took them off this morning off the website. The J-Dub sent me off the web. But the one my pictures I had, the ones I sent you, man, there was supposed to be a lot of activity going on there. But yeah, they did a video back to the media when they went in there, and it's like she was talking, but she wasn't really talking. She wasn't making really any sense, what she was saying. I don't want to say she was possessed or anything like that because I don't know the right terminology. I don't want to lead people down the wrong path. However, something was going on there, and they felt it. And this is after I already came back to Missouri. They went in there again. So, I mean, and I'll tell you, J-Dub here, he's one of the few men that I trust. If he tells me, his grandma came to him and shook his foot when he's sleeping, I believe that because he doesn't,
right.
He's got no reason to lie to anybody. And that's why I like him. We keep it honest and real. And so that's just, a little bit of what I had going on out there at Oregon, not in my home state. And, like I said, I don't claim to be like you guys. You guys are good at what you do, but you come out, you met my wife, you meet my daughter, you met my wife, you went through my house, you guys did an investigation. You know what's going on.
Yep.
The only thing I've seen in his house is the end door.
On the outside of the door?
Yeah. His wife and me. Way down the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Way into my hall, my French door. Yeah.
Yeah. Way on the end where she goes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was one in there, just looking in the window. That's the only one.
Yeah. I was upstairs. Me and Russell were upstairs doing investigation in it. So, anyway, what all do you want to talk about on that, Russell? Because I knew you had some questions and stuff. And
do a full-time night investigation in a place, I'd be freaked out, but I would do it.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could get him out there with us and do it. Be awesome.
Carol sees a woman on the top right side.
Yeah, put the one I sent you that has a car right here, and see if she sees any more besides the one I seen, because it seemed like they were very active in that photo. It looked just like that, except it won't have the motorcycle right there. Take a look at that one.
She sees a small boy in the doorway.
It's peeking around. See him right there?
Yeah. And that one that I showed you was out this window right here.
Yep.
And as you look through there, there's nothing in this room. There's absolutely nothing in there. It's just a bare room. And studs are over here. As you come in, you turn right there, and there's the room. And we didn't find this. J-Dub and I found it and then showed J-Dub. We were back in our lodging area. at some friend's house there in Pineville. And I go, dude, check this out. And I blew it up, and he looked at it and goes, that's some freaky shit. So, I mean,
Right.
we're a couple big rednecks, and so that's why, freaky shit to us. Someone in the top right window. Somebody keeps saying that too. Top right. One with the trees in the background. And see, that's what you're looking through here. You're looking through two windows. You're looking for the window in the room plus the window to the outside. Yep. And so here, you're not the only one that says that. Reverend Sean, he was a friend of ours. He was been on my old podcast show, network lots of times. I sent these to him. He sent them back. Said, "Man, that's full." And that's full of things. And he's seen them up in this end. That picture I got where the end of it, the building over here I sent you, there's a lot of activity in there. But that little boy really sparked a lot of controversy. And I've had people, I sent that to people and they tried to debunk it and they couldn't. They took back and said, wow, we don't know what that is. So, I mean, you guys can take with what you want. And again, I'm not trying to make anybody believe me or not. I'm just showing you what I got. Like I said, I don't know how to explain it. Again, I just know what I feel. And I know J-Dub about 6'1", 270 pounds at the time. Him and I are a couple of big boys, right? And he couldn't breathe. And it wasn't because he was out of shape. I mean, he was walking around. He's fine. As soon as he got across that threshold right here in the front by this door, it all stopped. Yeah. So, I mean, you guys can take with that what you want to.
Yeah, Carol says, in this photo, I see a man and a woman in the top right window.
Top right window. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And see, then there's a view of this attic back over here. You see the back side of the house up here, the top part. I sent you a photo of that side right there. If you look, guys, take a good look at that. Tell me if you guys see anything in there. The bottom right window is where the little boy or the little demon was that I caught. But this is the back side here. I was told there's so many things in this photo.
Yeah, there's a few of them in that one.
Mm-hmm. Especially up in the attic part is what I was told. And if you blow up the attic part, you can see like a big face, and you can literally see the nose, the mouth, the eyes. There's a big face up there. Now again, I didn't know if that was what that could be. But again, there's no glass anywhere on the property. It's all been busted out many, many, many years before I even showed up out there. And she says she's also seeing and feeling quite a few spirits in the trees. Okay. There you go.
Wasn't that Native American land all around that area?
Oh yeah, we drove through a large reservation to even get to this point to go out to where it was. And I'll tell you something else. This is not a paranormal thing, but we also stopped at one of the local parks there that had a bunch of wild Mustangs out there. And there's a video, and I've had it on my Facebook page before, on my YouTube and comment this page, where I walked right into the center in the pack of Mustangs, and I petted the female Mustang. And it's on. I got on and I'm the only person. Everybody, the Mustangs are running from everybody else, but I walked right up into her and petted them, and that was cool. That was cool. And J.W. would testify. He's the one that recorded me petting those Mustangs. So I have it on video evidence.
We need to do a road trip out there and bring some night gear out there and investigate.
It'll be quite an experience. I promise you. You won't be disappointed. And that's not a very big building. To be honest with you, it's really not. He says you got to find it again. Yeah, the video he took of me, but he'll verify that I did pet the Mustangs. It's wild.
Who owns it?
Who owns this place?
I don't know. J-Dub, you can put in the comments if you would who owns the place. His name's Justin Kinney. That's why he goes Easy Rider on here, because he got hacked and some idiot stole all his stuff. He had a network of 40-some thousand or more viewers on the thing, and someone hacked his network. But we got it back.
Yeah, you gotta love them hackers and them trolls that love to do that. I had a bunch of them on my show in the comments last night.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He said the U.S. National Forest Service owns that. There's no, you don't have to pay nothing to go there. It didn't cost us a dime to go there. So
I wonder if they'll let us be out there after nightfall.
Well, I don't know if it's for scientific research. I also don't see what the problem is. As long as you don't tear nothing up. I mean, you'd have to be financially responsible for anything you break, of course. There is no
Right.
power, so you'd have to bring something that's got some power,
No, I've got power. That's not the problem.
like a generator or something, depending on what you guys run. Some good batteries. Yeah, absolutely. He put on there, absolutely we can.
All right.
So anyway, that's thanks for having me on there, showing interest in those. I'm glad you guys took a look at those. I'm glad other people got to see those too, because like I said, I've sent in to various different skeptics, and I even sent out one photo to a couple of pastors that I know, and they said, well, listen, our religious beliefs are when you're dead, you're dead. He said, but you got something in these pictures, okay, and so that's pretty well treasure. People want to buy it. It's not mine to sell. I mean, it's out there. You don't have to see it. You can look at it anytime you want to. He says, I'll load up the toy hauler and we can camp out just up the hill. Yeah, there's a great camp place right up the hill.
There we go. We'll have to try to fit that in our schedule one time.
Yeah. Well, your time. So busy.
Call them guardians. What she sees in the trees. Okay.
Yeah, Carol's she's a legit psychic medium.
Okay. Excellent.
Her and I work together on missing person stuff.
Right. My wife and my daughter have a little bit of that ability you guys got. I don't really have anything. All I can do is sense when something ain't right. I can sense dangerous situations. Something don't feel right. That's why I can usually always tell somebody's bullshit or not. Because
Yeah.
I've had people tell me that I'm intimidating in the spirit world, in the real world too. I don't know about any of that, but that's what I was told. So,
well, with the Native American in us, we have that spirituality in us to sense that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't doubt it. Like I said, I don't claim to be something or not, but I know what I feel things. And I went in there into that brothel. Okay, like, you guys are out of your mind, crazy, whatever. And I actually thought, look, there's nothing going to happen here, whatever. And so when I kicked them all out, I was just in there because I want to see if anything would attack me, because I heard stories about it. And nothing bothered me. And then when I came downstairs and said there was nothing here, then my feathers moving. Like, wait a minute, guys. I was lying to you. There is something here. And then that's when I felt like, they didn't like J-Dub. Feel sadness with that building. There's a lot of stories behind that building. Like I said, it was a whorehouse. That's what, of course that's funny, but it was a little motel place and stuff. If I may suggest, you guys and Carol come out here, and myself and our producer will play the guide. Okay. And you guys gonna make a weekend of it. Maybe this summer. Labor Day weekend would work great. Well, there you guys go. There you go. And I promise you, J-Dub's he's an accommodating guy. When I was out there, he took me a tour around where he lives, around Beaver Creek and Oregon City and all them places. And I said, man, you got good roads here. He said, you kidding me? I said, no. He goes, man, we're on a logging road. I said, well, your logging roads are better than the roads in Missouri, man. You kidding me? And you've been to my house. I ain't fiberglassed nothing. And my roads are terrible. Missouri's supposed to have the 20th greatest road in the Union. Whoever said that, I'm whipping his ass. Okay, give me his phone number.
Right.
He's lying. But yeah, I was on logging roads. They were better than what I drive on. I was like, okay.
Yeah, we'll bring some stuff to cook out.
Yeah.
We got to take them, J-Dub. If they come out there, you got to take them out and show them them wild Mustangs. They love that. They just run. They're just there.
I might try to see if I can get in the middle of them and pet them.
Yeah, watch out. They had one dominant male. You had to keep an eye on him, but he guess he didn't think I was a threat. But I guess other people he's chased. So, be careful. Because when you're dealing with wild animals, you always want to.
Oh yeah.
I've caught rattlesnakes by hand and stuff, so I'm not quite wired right though.
You got some questions for him, Dad?
Yeah, I'm waiting for that dance. There's no dance.
Which new dance is he talking about?
The one I said, when he said, well, I told him he's got a new dance going out. Everybody wants to see it. With your wife.
Oh, dance with my wife. Yeah, no, I didn't. No, I give up them dancing day. Now in high school, hey, MC Hammer can't touch this. I was a great dancer. Cut a rug,
Hey,
but
that's what you say in your house. You can't touch this with the ghost.
Yeah, can't touch this. But yeah, but no, I don't do it no more. If I may, I want to tell y'all for everybody's local. I don't know how many people on here are local watching from Missouri or wherever, but I got an upcoming event that I want to kind of pimp out if you don't mind.
Sure.
If you guys are in Hale, Missouri, swing down by the Hideout, the Hale Hideout in Hale, Missouri, March 28th at 7 p.m. Adult comedy show. It's free to the public. I'm gonna have a donation can. If you want to make a donation, that's fine to us. But it's a free comedy show for you guys to get in. And the venue, they're excited to see us. It's an adult show. You got to be 18 or over to come into it, and we're gonna make you laugh. Like I said, I do various different impressions. I do a lot of Walt Disney impressions. A big old redneck doing Walt Disney. That's funny in itself. But come on out and have a good time. We got on the lineup. We got our MC, James Riley. We have Pete Barlow. He's an active military guy. He's coming all up out of Texas to perform with us. We got myself, and usually I headline, but this time I'm gonna let Richard Montano, the Godfather of comedy. I'm gonna let this guy headline. He's been in a couple of movies and things, and he's a real great. He's a real funny guy, and him and I both headline. We've been all over the state of Missouri performing together, and like I said, out in and out of the state. And she says, "Do I ever come to Ohio?" No, I've never been to Ohio, but I got a good friend who watches my show, Dean Cerny. He's out of McDonald, Ohio. And so if I ever get out that way, I surely want to swing by somewhere and perform. But hey, I'll perform anyway. All you got to do is give me a call. And if we figure out enough way to get out there and, and do enough for the organization and us, then by all means, I'll load up some gentlemen and we'll come out there and do it. So that's coming up. And I got other shows pending. But if you're in the area, March the 28th at 7 p.m., come on up to Hale, Missouri, to Hale Hideout, Hale Hangout. Can't you read my own writing? Someone needs to put his glasses on. Like I said, adult show. So there you go. And I don't. You work right up the road from where I live at your janitor school, and I've heard other people. I've had people say that they've went in there, into the school, and even sat in the parking lot, and said they've seen some activity. I'm kind of curious about the activity you've seen and where you work.
Oh, I've seen quite a bit. We've investigated that place like 3 times, and even working up there, I'd be the only one in the building, and I'd hear our staff getting mocked, their voices. The one day I was up there, and I was disinfecting the building. We had closed due to COVID. That was when COVID was running rampant again. Mm-hmm. And we had closed that one day for COVID. So they're airing the building out. I had set off the day these COVID release sprays, and I'm upstairs on the second floor disinfecting classrooms, and I hear it sounds like the 2 cooks talking downstairs in the basement, and that's where the kitchen is. I run down the stairs, ready to run them out because they didn't belong in there.
All right.
Everything's locked up tight. So the security cameras start playing the camera feedback. Nobody came in the door. Nobody pulled in the parking lot. Nobody came downstairs. And this isn't the first time it's happened. The second time that it happened, again, I was up there disinfecting the building, and I heard what sounded like our kindergarten teacher at the time talking on her cell phone down in the main hallway. So I head downstairs. Nobody was there, and checked the cameras again. Nobody came in and out of the parking lot. One night I was up there waxing floors, and this was about 9 o'clock at night. I'm on the second floor in the hallway. I'm waxing the hallway, and there's got a set of stairs that go like this, and there's like a gate that goes across there to block people from getting up to the main office. And I see a black shadow figure pass by the gate. and I figured there was a person in school. I run down the stairs. I see the gym door open. And we just had the gym floor redone, so nobody could be in the gym. I go to that door and I shine my light in there, expecting to see somebody's foot tracks through the wet gym floor finish. Nothing. So I go back to waxing. I get in the main hallway, start waxing. I get by the one old trophy case, and I hear a big knock right on the side of it. And I said, okay, you got my attention. Knock it off. I'm trying to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then it finally stops. Several of the teachers will not stay in there past dark. The secretary, she will not be in that building by herself.
Right.
She, during the summer when we go to leave, we were leaving for lunch, we had to let her know so she could leave at the same time we do. She's been in the office and had the door locked and the door handle sit there and rattle. And you can clearly see the window of the door and nobody's at the door. She's heard voices get mocked as well. We captured a video on camera of the south end bathrooms. And you remember this, Dad, when we investigated it the first time. The bathroom door was shut fully, and you see these fingers come right through the door, grab the door like this, pull the door open from the inside. And shortly after that, you see a white mist go right through the gym and disappear.
Well, where I used to have I do my podcast out of my home now. This is my little office backdrop here. But we used to be up the old school in Cameron, Missouri. You're familiar with the old school there.
Yep.
And they had a long time. People think it's haunted. I've been in there late at night doing my podcast show, and I've never had anything, go on. They had paranormal investigators come in and really didn't find anything. They made it. Somebody would come in there and made a Hollywood video of a girl walking through the door because it's supposed to be a so-called a little girl died there, but that was a hoax. That was a fake video. But there have been people that stayed up there. Some of the females, ladies that had businesses in there, said they heard kids screaming, heard some ruckus, and they'd run the hell out of there. It was a night. They'd run. I mean, they didn't care if they unlocked the door or not. They try to get, they wouldn't
Right.
in there. But I never, again, I never had a bad feeling in the whole thing. And I've been in there by myself before down there doing podcasts and getting ready for, well, you know how much work goes into these things. We're on here almost an hour before the show goes on, trying to get information and download. And I never had a problem up there. And everybody that's been on my podcast show over there never had a issue. So, but there's a lot of things that happen that people can't explain. But the problem with you guys is the work you guys do. There's a lot of people that make it look bad.
Yeah.
Just make up crap. We had a couple of so-called experts come in, and one of them was watching my podcast show, and they said, "Hey, there's a guy standing over your shoulder in overalls." And one guy said, "No, it's not. There's nobody there." And these guys are experts, and so they were arguing if there's somebody really there or not. I didn't feel nobody was there. Okay, I felt some things before, but not there. So the problem with the field, and then people label guys as ghost hunters. All right, I think that's a very downgrading term to you guys. I like paranormal investigators better because you're not going in to hunt ghosts. Your purpose goes in there and make sure that it's what's going on is really going on, to debunk a lot of things. It could be a window open, could be something going on, floor creaking, right? That's what you guys investigate to do.
Yep.
And it always drives me because when I call you ghost hunters, I'm thinking, well, you got to have a tag. Well, what kind of uniform do you wear?
Right.
You use a gun, a crossbow. What are you hunting with? What are you using to hunt with? I mean, is there a season? And so, like I said, I've dealt with a lot of them that don't care what they're called, but the ones that want to call paranormal investigators and the ones that don't charge any money are the ones that I trust.
Yep.
And you guys are gracious. Like I said, you didn't make anything in my house. I gave you a donation. You didn't ask for it. I gave you a donation when you did my house, just because I know what it's like to come out and do something, like I said. And there's a lot involved, a lot of setting up stuff. You guys get to set up more stuff than we do when we're on stage. I mean, we consist of a couple speakers. We got a microphone that we set up, a chair or stool, whatever, and then our mixer. And so when we run courts, I mean, what we set up is nothing like what you guys set up. And you guys did it quickly. Everything went in a little case. It was cool to watch and see. And I'm very grateful that you guys came out and investigated my house out here, and in the country. My house is one of the oldest houses in Northwest Missouri. Part of it was born in 1848. It used to be there's a train. Used to be an old train station right down the road. There's still train tracks, still active tracks, got a train. But there's a little place down there that they would get off, and then they'd buggy them up to my house, and they'd stay for the night. And they'd come up used to be stairs, go to the front of my house, and they'd sleep upstairs. And they had 2 or 3 wood stoves in this place. The chimneys had 3 or 4 holes in them where they had wood stoves over years. And they'd stay there, and then they'd go back and get on the train. They'd take a buggy all the way down and get back on the train. And then they built the house again, and part of the house in like 1870 and then 1940s, 50s, work on the 70s. And then when I got it, I had it on 20-some feet one way and 20-some feet another way. And yeah, so there's a lot of construction work going on. And I bring it up to you because they say you get a lot of paranormal activity, is what I've been told, on houses that are being have reconstruction going on. And and again, I didn't feel anything malice or anything like that. So if there's anything here, it's not negative anyway. But
no, it's just
that trip to Oregon. That trip to Oregon was an eye opener. It was fun to go out there, be with my friends, and that was unexpected. I didn't even prepare to do that. I didn't bring my prayer feather. I didn't bring anything. I was gonna, if I brought my feather out, I'd have blessed the house. But I wasn't even prepared. It was kind of a cool event, take all that. And like I said, I didn't think there was anything there until I got back and I seen that picture. And then, like you said, you guys have seen the pictures I took, and now, there's all kinds of activity going on. Even in the brochures that you've seen, the newer versions, you guys seen activity. So,
yeah.
Am I a skeptic? I don't know if I'm really a skeptic, but I just tell you this: there's some things that go on that you can't understand, and you don't understand. In my culture, I believe in messengers. I believe the Great Spirit will send a messenger, usually your family, but it could be somebody too, a messenger down to communicate with you. I believe in angels, and of course, you believe in angels, you got to believe in demons because they're the same thing. It says, would love to host you guys. Richie, you better come out too. If I come out there, we're planning on probably coming out for your wedding. Matter of fact, my wife and I are in deep conversations about coming out for your wedding. I'm talking about deep because we don't know if we want to drive or fly. What the hell we want to do? Yeah. Of course, next to my wife, and I don't know about you guys and the listeners tonight, but when me and my wife talk about something, it takes us 3 weeks to make a decision. We're talking about it because we got grandkids that call us. I got kids that call and interrupt us every single time. I think my daughter's got my house bugged. Every time I get in a conversation with my wife, an intense conversation, hi, Daddy, what you doing?
Ran across the road.
Oh yeah, we didn't tell you this that night we left your house.
Mm-hmm.
We were on our way back, and something black was running in the ditch, come across in front of us. The headlights passed through it, got around to the other side of the road, and stood up on 2 legs. And just looked at us.
Yeah, we forgot to tell you that.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. There's all kind of thing out here. I've seen I got trail cameras that got all kind of other animal stuff. I haven't got a Bigfoot yet. That's one of the mysteries I'd like to actually see real evidence of a Bigfoot sometime. That's kind of
we've seen one.
But,
yeah, we actually saw one going to Gettysburg up in the Allegheny Mountains of Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And that road is, you go up and it's like 45-degree angles and all kinds of turns. And
nice.
We were going about 1 o'clock in the morning, and there a house back up on the mountain, and they had trash cans down by the road. He seen this figure squatted down in the trash can. And as my headlights hit it, it stood up, and it stood over 7 feet tall, had the trash can lid in its hand, and curled its lip at him. And I was too busy focused on the road, so I didn't get to see it. And he told me shortly after we passed it, and I wanted to actually turn around and go see if it was still there. But I talked to our Bigfoot researcher. He said, good thing you didn't, because either that or it would have attacked you or it wouldn't have been there.
Nice. Hey, do me a favor, everyone that's commenting and listening on here, comment where you're from, what state you're from on there. Because like I said, we're gonna get a tour going next year. We're going to try to get out to everybody, reach out. If you don't mind, I'd like to tell you all a joke about Monica Lewinsky, if you don't mind.
Sure.
All right, I wrote this joke sitting on the crapper, so you know your best stuff comes from the crapper. Okay, anyway. Did you know Monica Lewinsky is a dentist now? Did you know that? She's got signs all over the world, right? You know what her motto is? Clean the taste out, one mouth at a time. Let's see, we got a couple of Ohio, Connecticut. Yeah, excellent. I got a lot of people live out there in Ohio that they want me to get me out of New Jersey one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got some friends out there in New York, one in Buffalo and one over around Queens, the Bronx area. Haven't seen one, but I hear they're trying. So my dad has seen them out. Elk hunting. Yeah, you do. Big time elk hunting up where you're at.
Yeah, Oregon's big.
Yeah,
big for Bigfoot activity.
Also, yeah, I've heard that.
And I mean, we've got him.
Okay, he mentioned that guy named Todd Neese. I've heard about that guy. You see at the end of his commentary, Todd Neese has had plenty of experience. He had I don't know if it was a podcast or where I remember seeing his name, but he was talking about his experience with Bigfoot too, and that'd be the only thing I'd be skeptical of because now in my culture we believe in the cavemen, the hairy cavemen, and we've seen my ancestors put drawings on the walls. I mean, they had to come up somewhere. And men wasn't all that tall back in that day. Men have grown taller over the years. Except when Adam and Eve and Jesus, they were all tall, but the rest of us are all short compared to them. But I'm glad you put it on, J-Dub. Thank you for that. And Ted Neese, I forgot all about that. I drew a blank on that guy, plumb blank on him. But you guys check it out there in Oregon. Yeah, when I was out visiting in Oregon, we drive down the road and just elk right on the side of the road, right in what? We see a ton of deer here in Missouri. Out there, you see a ton of elk. It's incredible. It's a beautiful country. Trees everywhere. And I was out there right after they had that big fire out there.
Okay. Yeah.
It wasn't long. I think maybe a year, maybe after that big fire. It might have been a year and a half. But yeah, they had that big fire out there. They burned up a lot of land out there. It's tragic how that happened. But yeah, if you guys ever get out that way, check out that Blue Ridge Mine out there. That's what it's called, Blue Ridge Mine Bunkhouse, or the Four Horsemen. Four Horsemen Hotel out there in the Ochco Mountains near Pineville, Oregon, and it's a Cinnabar. So go out and check all that out, man. It's still got a lot of some of the stuff still standing, so it's got a lot of history, but it's old, and you guys don't need to learn all that. So because if you don't now, no one else is gonna be able to teach that to you, and that's just a lot of history,
right?
And stuff. Okay, so you served with Todd then.
I've actually met Todd at a convention.
Is that right?
Yep. You remember Todd Neese? We met him. That other Bigfoot guy we met
in Arkansas. Okay, he's in. I got family. Yeah, of course I got family in Arkansas. Redneck. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got family in Arkansas.
It's 2020 when I was there. Okay, so that's going on 6 years now. I was out there. So yeah, there you go. That's when I was out there in 2020. I couldn't drew a blank. I didn't think it was 22. I was thinking 21 or 20. But yeah, thank you for that. It was an amazing place, really amazing place. But I appreciate you guys having me on. Take a look at those photos, man. I'd like to tell you some elaborate deal that we went in there with lights and cameras and all that, but that just didn't happen. It just a spur of the moment deal. I didn't even know it was going to be in that area. Like I said, I'd brought my prayer feather. But there you go. I went to a brothel in Butte, Montana. Very active location. Brothel seems to be a happening spot. My here's a little history. On my mom's side, the white side, my great grandfather who came over here from England, Philip King, man. You guys could track all his back, and I ain't lying to you. His name was Philip King. He helped write the Constitution of the United States. Great friends with Franklin and them guys, right? He was very instrumental in helping write the Constitution of the United States. He owned a brothel. He was a land baron. He was a very rich guy. I didn't get any of the damn money, but and my distant cousin is Gerald Ford. If you look at Gerald Ford, his name is Leslie King. That's his real name. Okay. Leslie King Jr. But you can trace him all the way back to my great grandfather as well. And so when I tell everybody I had blood of kings in me, I'm not lying to you.
Right.
A broth owner, a land bearing. He did all. My great grandpa did just tons of stuff, and so that's a pretty good history. Gerald Ford is in my bloodline, distantly, of course, but yeah. On my dad's side, I come from an outlaw side of Cherokee, the Eastern Cherokee tribe. I lost some family members on the Trail of Tears. Come over here, but my family decided they wasn't going to take the white man's card. They didn't want the damn number, so they packed up and they went over to Arkansas and beat up the Chippewa and stuff with Arkansas, stole their women in their land, bunch of land thieves, bunch of outlaws. And that kind of explains why I'm in. My mom's side was outlaws, my dad's side was outlaws, and my DNA. But my grandfather was born on a Quapaw reservation in Oklahoma on my dad's side. And I had a great grandmother who didn't speak hardly any English at all. All she spoke was Cherokee. And she had a monkey. I just remember when I was a little boy, the lady had a monkey. Well, that was my dad's grandmother. And so sometime I'd like to take you guys out to where I got some ancestors buried at, because I guess there's a lot. I'm not going to tell you, I don't give much away, but I had a grandmother that when I was calling her name in my house, she never did come through or anything, but she drowned outside of Chillicothe when I was 2 years old, my dad's mother. And there's a story about she was looking at the rainfall water they were having. She leaned over the side of the bridge, and then she fell over, and the guy she's with came over. He fell over and drowned. And her brother, my great uncle, he almost drowned trying to save her. And time the boats got to her, they found him at about 7 foot of water, standing straight up down, and she was floating on top of the water. And then, like I said, that's where a lot of my Native American bloodline came from. So I got swirled in all through me, Pawnee and Cherokee and Quapaw and Blackfoot, because I got a big old afro. I mean, you see my hair. It's a fro now. None of that qualifies me in ghost hunting anyway. I just want to throw it out there because that's, I kind of feel, and I can relate to animals. Only bad experience I've had with animals is I had 2 pit bulls attack me in Cameron, Missouri, and they ruined a good pair of my genes. But when they were done, they didn't want no more. Just for the record, okay, it was 2 pit bulls, and yeah, they didn't want no more. But no, that's it, guys. And like I said, I appreciate you having me on. But all that's cool and interesting out there. If you guys go out that way, let me know, because it's something that my wife loves that. She loves watching that stuff. We used to watch it on TV, but I don't know, kind of got a little fake sometimes, depending on who you are.
Oh yeah,
you know
who that show that's still on. That guy is just
which one are you talking about?
Ghost Adventures.
Oh, Ghost Adventures. Okay. I don't know which one. I watched one with a bald guy.
Ghost Hunters. Yep, Jason Hawes.
Yeah, Jason. Yeah, I watched that for a while, and I quit watching it because some of that stuff where it wasn't believable, and the guys were arguing about what they seen, and of course there was never no good video of anything. But
well, back then, when they first came out, they were more believable. They were out helping families, and then later in the years, the show just took a different turn, and then Grant there got caught faking stuff. There's one episode you see he's got a hood on, and he's got a piece of fishing line tied to it, and his hand in his pocket, and his hand moves at the same time his hood gets tugged.
Yeah, see, that stuff gives people a bad name. Let it happen naturally.
Yeah.
Let it happen naturally. If there's something there, something's not, that don't mean there's nothing there. It just means there wasn't there that night. But everybody's got their own experiences and everything. I got a story about I got a sister who's younger than both my sons. Okay. My younger sister, probably 32, maybe right now, 33. And when she was a little bitty girl, my brother, who was 3 years younger than me, he had cancer. His lymph nodes just swelled up inside of his face. Well, we didn't know it was cancer at the time. And she was laying in bed, and she woke up. And my grandmother, my mom's mom, who died in 1981, my sister was born in 94, January 94. Okay. There's no way they knew each other. There's no way. And she was laying in bed. And so she talked to my grandmother, come down the next day and told my mom, she goes, hey, I talked to your mom, Grandma Emma. And she's like, huh? How'd you do that? She goes, well, she came in and check on Charles. That was my brother's name. She come to check on Charles and said he's going to be okay. He's going to have surgery and what he had. Mom was like, we don't know if he's got cancer. So yeah, he's got lymph node cancer. Grandma already said it. She said, huh. So my mother went and pulled out 8 or 9 boxes and dug real deep and found an old picture of my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, well, what's she look like? She goes, well, she's barrel chested, which I think is a silly ass term. She was short barrel chested, but she had knee high socks on when she appeared kind of my sister. And she turned that damn picture around. She says, that's her? She goes, yep, that's her. That's exactly what she looks like. And so my sister had never met my grandmother before, said she's seen her, told my mother about it. My mother showed a picture and verified that was my grandmother. Now out of mouth of babes. I've never discredited that story. Never. Because, even though my sister, she's completely full of crap sometimes and her political views and I are different. She's kind of a hateful little thing. But I never doubted that story about her because once she was a little kid too, she'd never seen my grandmother. It was impossible.
Right.
Because I was 9 3/4 when my grandmother died. Okay. And there's no way my sister knew her. But she described what she looked like. It was kind of eerie feeling. So that kind of, I was like, something happened. I don't know what happened. And again, in my culture, we believe the messengers came, and it could have been the Great Spirit sent a messenger down. I don't know. Right. I don't have the interest, but I don't doubt what my sister said that particular time because she was a little girl, and she, not saying they don't make up stories. I'm just saying we don't know. And,
right.
That's the stories I like, the ones that are natural like that, no prompting, no scratching, no fishing line, making rocking chairs rock, and and stuff like that. That has credibility. And one thing I wish science wouldn't do is if you Google, is there such thing as ghosts? Google says no, because there's no scientific evidence.
Right.
What exactly is scientific evidence? What are they looking for? I mean, you got these unexplained photos, you got unexplained videos, you got unexplained noises and sounds. What does the scientific world have to do to come up with to believe there's such thing? I mean, you got you got ministers who tell you the Bible says when you're dead, you're dead. No dreaming where your spirit goes to heaven, your soul goes to wherever it waits.
Right.
But in the same turn, it also said, but there's some things out there we can't explain. So if you got religious clergymen saying there's things that we can't explain, and you got science saying no, it's a load of crap. It's like they say here in the state of Missouri, there's no breeding mountain lions. There's no breeding pair. I got news for you. I got 3 out here by my damn house. Okay.
They're here.
There was a photo. I worked as a prison guard in a town called Cameron, Missouri. Back in 96 to middle of 99. I worked with a guy named Jerry Smith. I'm sure he's probably, he was old when I talked to him. But anyway, he had a photo. He was telling me he had a photo of releasing 2 breeding pair of mountain lions at Poozy Wildlife Area right down the house. I'm thinking, I don't doubt you. I went fishing with him, seemed like a good guy. I said, but if you don't mind, I'd like to verify that. Bring me that photo. He goes, sure. 3 or 4 days later, he come in and he showed me his picture. Had 2 conservation agents standing near a cage of a breeding pair, a male and a female, and had Poozy Wildlife Area in the background. Mm-hmm. The photo of it, okay. And that was before Photoshop even happened. This guy wouldn't know how to Photoshop nothing anyway. He barely, he's still reading ancient Braille. That's how old he was. And so I know there's all kind of things that Google and the internet don't want to believe, don't want you to believe. But again, that's just people's opinion. So scientifically, have we got evidence? I don't know. You tell me. Tell me what was in that picture. Tell me tell me what I seen in that picture.
Right.
It looks just like I described it. How's it there? Tell me. You know what I'm saying? Tell me. So
right.
Where's science at when I ask them a question? Well, we don't know. We can't explain it. So don't tell me there's no such thing if you can't explain it. Just say we don't know. But when they say there's no scientific evidence, you can Google it and it tells you that it's crazy.
Yeah, and that's what people believe, and they believe there's no such thing, and then all of a sudden they got a mess going on in their house, and they're like, "Wait, there is something there."
Yeah, listen, I believe in the dream catcher, and you've seen I got a real cool ornate one in my living room. Okay. And my wife and I was raising our special needs nephew. He wasn't really special needs. He needs special shoes and special lotion, if you know what I mean. Okay, special needs nephew, right? He was an evil little shit. He could stand underneath that dream catcher, and the thing would actually spin. It would spin plumb around, just take off and go. He stepped out there, wouldn't do it. I went and stood there, and that didn't move. My wife stood there, didn't move. My daughter, the one that's caught up in the paranormal stuff, it would slightly move with her. But him and one other guy was the only two people I've ever seen, and that thing would just spin. And Dreamcatcher does more than help you sleep at night and filter dreams. It can also, if you get the right one with a certain amount of feathers on it, it also can detect, bad karma. And I believe in that Dreamcatcher, and I've seen it work. And so you tell me,
Right.
The Dreamcatcher is a myth. Did they work in my culture? You hang them on the wall for prosperity. Feathers are, peacock feathers in your room. It helps with fertility, helps with love and relationships and things like that. So you tell me,
Right. And our founder from Cold Spotter, she makes dream catchers because she's also native up in Canada.
Well, I was going to ask you, and I had that wrote down. I was going to cover that. I read on Cold Spotters. What was Cold Spotters? I didn't know if that's a term y'all use or.
No, that's an actual world-renowned paranormal group. They have groups all over the United States and internationally. Okay. And we're also Cold Spotters, Missouri. We took over the state of Missouri for them.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, there you go. I'll have to make sure to tell the wife that Cold Spotters is just name of an organization.
Yep, they're big, world-renowned. The mother organization is out of British Columbia, Canada, which was founded by Amanda Quill. And that organization, you have to be legit to be part of Cold Spotters. She does not choose anybody and everybody to be part of that. You have to be legit at what you do and out there helping people, not charging people, and to be part of Cold Spotters. If you're a clown, don't expect to get in.
Wrong show. You're in a clown in the wrong show. Right. Yeah, wrong show. Yeah. You be in a circus. Yeah, be in a circus. But well, brother, I appreciate you guys having me on.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So much, very much. If you guys want to follow me, what I do, look me up on look up Comedy Vets on Facebook. There's our logo. That's the newer logo. We also got one with the old dog tag. But we're on Facebook and YouTube at Comedy Vets. I'm on Twitch. At least that old platform is still on there sometimes. And look me up Redneck Pimp 101 on TikTok. Redneck Pimp 101 on TikTok. And you'll see a lot of upcoming shows we got put on there. We usually put our shows out 30 days in advance, unless the venue wants to. Venues can put them out as long as they want to, but we always put them on there about 30 days in advance. You'll see a list started, and we started booking shows for this year. Again, Comedy Vets on YouTube, Comedy Vets on Facebook, and Redneck Pimp 101 on TikTok. You guys going to follow us and have all our upcoming shows and stuff like that on there. And I'll put stupid little jokes on there once in a while, or a stupid little skit or something, or talk about something ignorant. Guarantee don't ever take nothing I say serious. There's three people that can lie consistently keep their job: politicians, weathermans, and comedians. They can lie and keep their job. So you do with that what you want. Do you say angler? Did you say angler?
Yeah, about the last name of your family.
No, last name's King. I don't know. Not sure what she meant.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, my last name's King. Leslie, that's on my mom's side. My dad's name would be Lawson. And he comes from the Batsons.
Your grandma.
Oh, my grandmother was Emma. Emma on my mom's side. I was the one that drowned was Margaret T. Batson Lawson, and then the one that spoke barely English was Margaret Batson, or Batson, some type of weird ass thing to it, weird hyphen in there. I got one of my great grandma's name is Muhammad Rama Batson. Like, wow. Don't ask me how to spell that. I don't even know what the hell that even means. And I speak a little Cherokee, so I don't know, but I don't speak a lot of it. But because there's no one really speaking with in our family, so I don't talk as much as you do. Oh no, that's okay. Listen, I'm redneck, and if you're not around me enough, it's hard to understand me sometimes. I'm like Ozzy. Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, when you talk to him, say, just sing it, Ozzy. Just sing. Okay, we don't
Yeah.
understand you talk. Just sing, Ozzy. Well, we appreciate it, guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
If you want to catch my podcast, it's on Wednesday nights at 7:00 again on Comedy Vets on Facebook and YouTube. And like I said, I don't do anything on there. It's real political. We do touch political things once in a while. I do a segment called Missing Persons. I used to start a show Missing Persons. I do some funny memes. Some of the memes will make you piss yourself. Some of them are funny.
Oh, yes.
And I usually have a featured comedian on there maybe once in a while. And then I'm on there. I'm a commander. We're both veterans in the military. We do a lot for veterans, but we do things for everybody. But yeah, you guys tune in and catch us there.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, thank you for coming on tonight,
Yeah.
Richie.
Hey, man, it was a great show. I appreciate y'all again. And you guys get ready to go out to Oregon, man. Let me know, and we'll get a hold of J-Dub, and we'll make that happen. You guys will be thoroughly impressed. And I bet you, I don't know how many times you've caught an apparition or whatever it is you guys call it. I call it aborigine because I'm an idiot. It's not aborigines, catch an actual ghost. But I bet you guys will really enjoy it out there. There you go. Sunday nights at your normal time. That's right. Well, no, it's Saturday nights, Jay. They have one on Saturday nights.
We do Saturday, and we're starting to do Sundays now. We're bringing my dad on Sunday nights.
Yeah, they do a lot of you guys do a lot of paracons as well, so it's hard to catch you guys. But yeah, J-Dub, he's a good guy. Like, see, he's very low. If he tells you the sun's pink, the sun bitch is pink. Okay, I don't care, he's a good guy. But yeah, we'll get out there. We'll get out to make it happen. You guys I guarantee you'll be thoroughly impressed out there. And I guarantee you'll get something, whether it's voice.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Pictures. I mean, I took a picture with an amateur with a damn cell phone, and look what I came up, and everybody's seen the evidence there. So yeah.
And plus, we'll be bringing some newer equipment out too. Where I'm in the process of building.
I'll see, you guys got smarts, man. I can't hang around you guys. You guys are too intelligent for me.
My cousin Kathy and my cousin Brad, we teamed up and we're building equipment now.
Well, I guarantee you, there's a guy with J-Dub. We call him the high tech redneck. That's his nickname, high tech redneck. And if it can be done on a computer, he can do it. If it can't be done, he can't do it. That's how great he is with computers. And we get you guys in touch with him too. You guys will blow each other's mind. You guys will nerd out and have a good time with all that computer stuff. Me and Big J-Dub over here, he might hit the hooch or something. I don't know, but I make my own moonshine. And I think you tasted it when it's out there. Yeah. Yeah. But no, when you get ready to go out there, man, I swear, probably late this year, like you said, around Labor Day, get it together, pencil it in, so you got enough time to, get things going.
Yeah.
Do you guys? Well, let me ask something. Do you guys fly? Do they allow you to take all the equipment on, or how do you guys?
No, we have to drive.
Oh, you have to drive. Okay.
Yeah, they don't allow that stuff on there. Airline security, they'll see an EMF detector right away. They think you're bringing on something that's gonna mess up the plane or bomb the plane.
Yeah. You start thinking, you Americans.
Yeah.
I like belly dentures. I like sand. You better come too. I'll try, brother. I'll try to get out there. Yeah, I'm going. Wife and I, like I said, wife and I are trying to come out for your wedding in July, and so yeah, we'll try if we can. We're able to come out. We'll damn sure come out. If the guy's coming out there, we'll come out there with them. Providing I ain't got a lot. Providing I ain't got a lot of comedy going on too either.
Stop over his house one time. We're not busy.
Yeah, we'll stop by and see you guys when we're not so busy.
Okay. Like I said, come on out and check out the comedy show, guys. You know where Hale, Missouri is. Going out there.
Yep.
I'm trying to. There's a little place. There's a new little place there in Breckenridge. I stopped and talked to that guy about maybe coming in there, putting on a small show. It'll hold 20, 25 people maybe. But
as long as you have the shrimp on the Barbie.
Shrimp on the Barbie. I'll do my. I got to do my. When I go there, I got to do Mr. Bond. Sean Connery.
Yep.
Yeah.
I drink a beer, and I like my liquor shaken, not stirred. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
But, guys, thank you very much.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. I'm going to close the show out, and I'll be back with you. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you got any questions, feel free to throw them up in the chat. We'll take some last-minute questions before we get off here. JW says, well, if you guys drive, you'll enjoy the drive across the Continental Divide, right? Yeah, I mean, we drive long distance. I drove 21 hours all the way to Gettysburg. Straight through and back, so. But we thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and Richie wants to know, what did you guys think of the photos? Also, remember, if you're being bullied in the paranormal, you do have a voice. Nobody's better than anybody in this field. We're all after the same common goal, to prove life after death. So nobody's better than anybody. We're all the same. There's no professionals in this field. The egos need to stop. So that being said, from my dad and I, God bless everybody. And I will see you Saturday night. And we will be back again next Sunday night with my dad and I. So make sure you tune in. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon.